Ladies and gentlemen, this is TVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. Last night, Russian forces once again carried out a series of strikes targeting Ukrainian infrastructure. In Odessa, 3 people were wounded in the aftermath of the strike, which hit the upper floor of a residential building. Russian forces also attacked the Sumy region, where 1 person was killed and 6 others were wounded, including 2 children. Meanwhile, in Russia's Krasnodar region, a drone attack overnight into February 17th caused a fire at the Elsky oil refinery and damaged a fuel storage tank. Emergency crews were deployed to the scene. According to regional officials, no casualties were reported. Earlier, authorities say that in the settlement of Elsky, where the refinery is located, 2 people were wounded and 4 houses damaged by falling drone debris. Now turning to the front line, in the Sumy region, Russian forces are expanding their foothold north of Sumy. The Russian Defense Ministry reported the capture of the broader settlement of Pokrovka, located east of the regional center. However, according to the map updated by the open-source intelligence project Deep State, most of the settlement has been in the gray zone since February 5th. On the Seversk salient, Russian forces are developing their offensive from Seversk towards Sloviansk. Deep State reports that Russian troops had advanced west of Seversk on the right bank of the Seversk-Donetsk River. Near Konstantinivka, Ukrainian forces continued to hold positions in the western part of Chasiv Yar, which Russia's Defense Ministry declared liberated last summer. Ukrainian troops are even conducting attacks towards the city center. According to Deep State, Russian forces have expanded their control east of Konstantinivka. At the same time, Russian drone strikes on logistical routes have become the main challenge for Ukrainian defenders in the city. However, Russian attacks from the southeast have so far failed to achieve success. In the south Slobozhensk area, the 4-post border guard brigade recently carried out a successful operation to destroy enemy targets. As a result of targeted efforts, the border troops destroyed a self-propelled artillery unit that threatened Ukrainian positions, along with several trucks used to transport ammunition and personnel, and Russian vehicles used to move units and support logistic chains. Thanks to the coordinated efforts of UAV operators and recon teams, the Ukrainians quickly detected enemy equipment and troop concentrations, allowing for a precise strike. In this next clip, see operators from the Unmanned Systems Battalion of the Ukrainian 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade use FPV drones to accurately target Russian units. The drones flew close to Russian positions and carried out a series of deadly explosions, hitting a truck, Russian troops in open terrain, and units hiding in shelters. The mission was a masterclass in accuracy and speed of action. Operators from the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense carried out a series of strikes against Russian military targets in the temporarily occupied Crimean peninsula last week. The operation significantly weakened the Russians' ability to control the airspace over the peninsula. The destruction or damage of radar systems opened up windows of opportunity for further actions by the defense forces of Ukraine. Once one of the largest industrial facilities in the Donetsk region, the Avdiivka coke plant has now been transformed into a blasted-out shell of concrete and metal. Avdiivka, for years providing jobs for thousands of workers, heating the city and supplying resources for the metallurgical industry, now the plant lies in ruin. Entire floors have been obliterated and walls have collapsed, and no place on the ground seems untouched by fire. What Russian propaganda calls a liberation has in fact left only ruins in its wake. The plant was not just a strategically important industrial facility, it was the heart of the city. Its destruction means the loss of jobs, infrastructure, and the collapse of the entire industrial ecosystem of the region. Today, the plant grounds are a symbol of what the Russian army brings with it: destruction instead of development, ashes instead of production, and silence instead of life.
Вот химзавод полностью разрушен. Много техники. Большой завод.
And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.